Welcome to Connie's World. It is Saturday, y'all. It is Saturday. Another new day. The world is opening as I'm speaking. Here where I'm from, we're supposed to open in the fourth stage Friday, but now it's supposed to open up, no, we want to get that back out of there. We're supposed to open up in stage 4 Friday. That was yesterday. Fourth day for us here, where I'm from, it's Monday. So y'all, I want to talk about something. I just showed you a little plaque. The Lord's Prayer. But I want to say something right quick. You know, excuse me, something in the background. That's me moving the chair around. Just bring it around for me. What can you do? What can you say in this time? I'm a true believer in the Lord, in my heart and soul. If I talk about the Lord should be talked about all the time. I don't care where you're at, where you are, you know, not be afraid to talk about Him. Some people don't want to hear you talk about the Lord all the time. I talk about the Lord as much as I can. I talk to the Lord when I'm by myself. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And it's needed to talk about Him. We're going through a time right now, it is turmoil, the east and south and west. Right now, the coronavirus, the disease is taking over the continent of the world. Right now, they're saying the highest is in Texas, Arizona, different places, Atlanta, Charlotte, but there's two I just named, the highest ones, Texas, Arizona. Now it's trying to hit, it's going to California, last Southwest. And I'm sure many more. When they open up the cities, some didn't follow through on the protocols of being in quarantine. Some did, some didn't. But when they open up the world, people have been shut in. We lost a lot of people in New York City and different places, in nursing homes and things of that nature. It was a time where we couldn't go see our, you know, if you had grandmothers or grandfathers or mothers or whatever it may be. We was going through, I'm sure people was going through a time where they couldn't see their loved ones. You know, the doors were shut down. But I was able to, was able to go see a loved one. And I know I spoke of her a couple of months ago, back in March. My sister, when this stuff happened, when we knew about it in March. You know, when they started saying about the virus, and he was about to shut the hospitals down. But y'all think that if y'all didn't give up on the Lord, don't give up on Him. Because He made it so within the month, my sister was in there. The devil didn't get a chance to, he tried all things to try to stop us so he wouldn't be able to go in there to see her. But the Lord kept blocking him. Then it was to a point where they shut the hospital she was in down. But the Lord stepped in. He allowed us to be able to sit there to spend the last week with her. That's God. We was able to stay in there her final days there in the hospital. I want to give a shout out, I never did, to the nurses and doctors. Was I can't say, you got to put the doctors and the nurses on the forefront, because they are on the forefront. And I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna give the what I feel. My sister at the time, when they sit there and spent the time with her, making her comfortable, the doctors and nurses, they did this, that. And I'm gonna say the hospital where these doctors and nurses was at, who took care of my sister in her time before she passed. I salute the doctors at Sister Hospital. I salute the nurses, the physicians that did all the things they did for my sister. Our family. Appreciate all y'all have done for our sister. Now, y'all, the world, it's open now. People, like I'm saying, people are traveling. They traveling. As a nation, as one, we have to come together and be mindful. Because not only they saying it's attacking the kids, the under 40. But I believe the virus is going to catch everybody. But if you know this, y'all gotta know, if you know it, the young youth, the ones that are under 40, knowing if y'all live in a household with your mother or your grandfather or your siblings, know you wear your masks when you're outside with your friends. You wear your mask when you're out there, because you know if you go back inside the home, if you live with other people, be mindful. Because that's how the virus carries on. You don't want to sit there and be ignorant of the factor what they're saying. Because y'all is starting to catch it too. But now they say they coming up with all type of things for a serum where it's going to help people. But like I said, it's still a long journey, and we still have to sit there and know the masks, they can be hard to wear, but it's real to wear them. Wash your hands. Don't fight the people when they tell you to wear your masks. The protesters are still out there. It's still being chokeholds. It should not still not be happening. The world is in the case law. I feel as though a lot of people is angry, but at the same time, we could all deal with this stuff together. And if you feel you need to talk to somebody, even if it's a cops, and anybody dealing with depression, or grief, or sadness, or angriness, pick up the Bible, read some scriptures. Do that, and it can do so much. Even y'all cops, y'all need to do the same thing. Because this don't make no sense. This angriness and this bitterness keep going on and on and on. We live in a time right now, yes, the world will never be the same until it will be the same one day when God sent his son, Christ Jesus, back on earth again. But right now, y'all, we have to come together and deal with this virus on our own, together as one. And another thing I just want to talk about really quickly is about our children. We try to do the best we can when it comes to our children. We try to be the best we can when we have grandkids. We try to be the best we can with this all flux of life, who you come in contact and people invite themselves into to talk to. Our kids today, whereas a lot of us was single mothers. And all the single mothers, I salute y'all. And don't let nobody make you feel as though you just think this not doing, this wasn't doing the right thing as a young parent. Because we're not, we could try to be perfect, but we're not perfect. We try to do the best we can to be single parents. We try to do the best we can. And then sometimes we have our children, they get older, they vent. Sometimes they vent a little too much when they come out and say things, you didn't even think they had it in them. They'll sit there, begin to sit there and bring up stuff, or swords start coming out their mouth. You know what swords are? The real, like knives. Just flowing, just coming out. What I mean by the swords, where they just can come out, just say all the things, and they don't, and just flow with it. Like daggers. And like running water. When you turn that water on, you hear it, it runs. Sometimes we sit there, we might make the wrong choices. Because everybody needs somebody to talk to. Everybody needs someone to talk to. I feel as though this is the thing, what I feel in the world, and I know a lot of people do that. When you be a confidant to someone, and you guys have to take a chance to hold a secret they want you to hold in. But then when you sit there hold it in, and people get found out, then they'll say, who told you this, who said this, who said that? Stop doing that. Take what's coming to you. Don't blow your person in. Because it costs a lot of different things among families today. And the ones where y'all need someone to talk to, y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better what y'all doing. Because that's all dividing in families. With mothers and daughters, sisters and brothers divide. The world is already divided already. We live in a time where, on this world right now, protesting is on the rise. California is on the rise with the virus. Atlanta, all over the world, Arizona, Florida, Mexico. All these things are happening, even probably all over the world. And some of the things is not being said where. But you gotta let all the governments, got to let people know what's going on in the world, in each state. Because just like it's there, and God bless some people, the ones that they said, from the east, let me back it up, don't come for me. Because it's early, there's probably like 2 something here now, maybe 3. But like I was saying, prayers go out to the people from the west and the south. And the list go on, then I must inform them from the south and from the west. Pray for them. Pray for all the cities, the countries, all over the world. And I'm again to say, the east, south, and west. Wear the message, y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Be kind to one another. Give. If you see somebody on the street, lay on the street. Give them $1 or $2, give them a sandwich, give them some water, and speak the word, a little something about the Lord, because you don't know what they might go through. They might have lost by in the coronavirus. Share it, share it to your best friends, your so-called friends, the ones that act like they want to be your friends. Share it to your co-workers, the doctors and nurses, the nurses that work in the rehabilitation, the ones that's working in the forefront. Share it to the doctors and the nurses working in the forefront. The all-nighters right now, and this epidemic is happening right now all over the world. And if all y'all ones who know how to make those masses, make the masses for the doctors and nurses. And at the rehabilitation. And a word I don't like to use, the nursing homes too. Donate them. Donate. If God gave you a gift to make them, make some free ones. And on that note, y'all, like I said, any YouTube out there, give people encouragement. Talk about the Lord briefly. You never know heart you might touch, who you might sit there and lift up within the time they feeling right now, because people have lost people. Give. Give. Don't turn nobody away. I know sometimes it might get on your nerves, but give. And like I always say this, because you may be engaging, and I know, with an angel. And welcome back to Connie's Road. God bless and peace all over the world. 2020.